Hi, everyone. We are back with Maria. Thank you for Maria for joining us.
Thank you, Heidi, for having me.
Very special guest, very special lawyer in Portugal, helps us understand the changes that are happening across the laws in Portugal, whether it's crypto, visas, residencies, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, everything. Yes.
So there's a new visa.
Yes,
Can
the
you tell us
Nomad
about
Visa. Yes. Let's talk about that. So, we already addressed some of the visas we had. D7, Golden Visa, Working Visa, and so on. Now we have Nomad Visa and another one, which is searching for work kind of visa.
Okay.
So, because Portugal, like every country around Europe, is shortest on manpower, woman power. I don't like to say manpower, woman power. So, to engage those people that live in other countries and want to live in Portugal and search for work in Portugal, they can go to their embassies and request a 6 months visa to search for work in Portugal. Then they come, they search for work. If they find the work, then they will apply for a working visa. Okay? That's one. The other one is the Nomad Visa. The Nomad Visa is for two kind of persons. Those who work for another company or another person. We call it trabalho subordinado, which means that they work for another person.
Okay.
Or contractors, self-employed. So those are the differences.
Okay. Like working remotely or
Working remotely as a contractor, self-employed, or working remotely for a company as their employee.
okay.
If you work remotely for a company as their employee, you need to show your working contract. You need to show your salary slips of 4 minimum wages. Minimum wage in Portugal is 750, so 3,000
Okay.
per month. You need to show your accommodation. Where are you going to stay, right? So all of these, your passport, of course, criminal background check, I'm sure. So all of these will be enough, and it should be submitted at the embassy before you come.
Okay.
Okay. If you are self-employed, then we need to see the contract that you celebrate as a contract, if you have it. If not, I'm sure the self-employment, or if you are a holder of a company, the contract of the company. There's lots of ways. But again, 3,000 per month.
Okay.
That you need to show that you earn.
So you need to make 4 times the amount of minimum wage.
The minimum wage.
Okay.
So if the minimum wage changes next year, 4 times that value.
Okay.
Okay. The Nomad Visa is valid for 1 year, and you can ask for an extension of 6 months. That's it. That's what the law says. But there are some voices saying that they are going to try to accept that it will be renewed until you make the 5 years. I don't believe they will do that. Why? Because that's a D7.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about that. So, the D7 is a visa that you can apply in 3 ways. You either are retired, receive a pension, or you work remotely. You have passive income either because you work, because you have properties that you rent, I don't know, right? Or you have enough money in the bank account that allows you to live in Portugal, which most of my clients do through these three, the C.
The third option. Yeah.
Many people say, Maria, no, I have to have passive income. No, there's the third option. We use the third option, okay?
Yeah.
But of course, if you have passive income, enough money, of course, before the law says, only 1 minimum wage per month. But now that we have the Nomad Visa, now the embassies are also requiring 3,000 per month.
Oh, okay.
Or at least, imagine you have 30,000 in the bank account.
Yeah.
Because before this Nomad Visa, the D7 was not very known.
Yeah.
And when we started doing it a couple of years ago, 10,000 in the bank account was enough.
Yeah.
Then we start doing even more and more, and they say, okay, 10,000 plus 12 months of your rent.
Yeah.
If the rent is 1,500, so 10,000 plus the 1,500 per month times 12.
Okay.
Right? Now, Nomad Visa came, obliging people to have 3,000. So now they are requiring the same thing, although by law they shouldn't.
Okay.
Okay? But again, the D7 towards the Nomad is only valid for a year. The D7, the first permit you do is valid for 2 years.
Okay.
And then you renew for 3 years more. which makes a 5 years.
And then
At the end of those 5 years, you apply for citizenship if you want, and you are granted the permanent residency, right? In the Nomad, the Nomad visa was made for only 1 year.
Yeah.
It's for those who work remotely and keep traveling all around the world.
I see. Yeah.
And you can extend it for 6 months more. So 1 year and 6 months. It was not made to give you citizenship at the end. That's why for me, the D7 is the visa to go. We spoke about this in other videos, and we even compared it to the Golden Visa. I'm not a fan of the Golden Visa. I never was. Because Golden Visa, they are now taking care of applications from 2020.
Oh.
Which is very unfortunate when a person did such an investment in the country.
Yeah.
And instead of seeing their application go higher than the others, no, I have these 7s being approved in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Of course, there's one or other that's taking longer, but mostly it's 3-4 weeks. And the Golden Visa one's waiting and waiting. So the D7 still is my favorite visa. Remember we did a video about that, the favorite visa. D7 still is my favorite visa because most of my clients do want that citizenship at the end, and who wouldn't? It's always nice to have more than one passport. And the Portuguese passport, it's on top 3 of the world. It's a very good passport. So the D7 still is my favorite visa. But if you say, Maria, but I'm not interested in citizenship, so I only want to do the Nomad visa for a year, then it's good. You work remotely, you apply. Some voices say it will be renewed until 5 years. I don't believe that. But if that's not the case, some people just want to travel all around. I want to try Portugal this year, and next year I want to do another country, right? Nomad visa is the visa for you.
Perfect.
Yeah. And the documents needed to submit are less than the ones for the D7. That's for sure. The requirements are less, so.
So does that mean it doesn't take as long to get approval?
It shouldn't, but it's a new visa, so.
Oh, okay. You can't,
We can tell,
Can't
but
say
it
yet.
shouldn't because the requirements are not so strict as it is for the D7.
Yeah.
So
Is there, this might be a really dumb question that I might cut out, but is there a requirement to be physically in Portugal for an amount of time?
That's a question that people ask. The law doesn't talk about that, but if I would be the legislator, I would tell you, well, you want a visa to stay?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you asking
So
me
like
that
it might be a dumb question, but yeah, exactly.
Well, again, Portugal is not like any other countries. We don't check if you left or not. We're not going to knock on your door. We don't check your passport. And here, nobody's a hostage. So if you want to go travel all around while you have your permit in Portugal, why not? Enjoy.
Okay.
And again, it's not going to be renewed until it makes 5 years. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a 1 year visa, that's it. At maximum, they will give you 6 months. So I think you can enjoy and travel and do whatever.
Yeah.
Because again, with a permit, Nomad visa permit, if you are not from Europe, you don't need
you can
it.
travel
You only need
through.
it when you're from outside of Europe. Then you can travel to any other country.
Yeah, that's very
So
cool.
you should enjoy it. There's another visa that they are now talking about it, which is for those countries that speak Portuguese language.
Okay.
They are granted a certificate, it's not a permit, that allows them to stay in the country legal for 1 year. Why is
Oh.
that? Because those refugees that came from the war of Ukraine and Russia, they were granted that statement to stay in Portugal for a year, and this is only to have equity. So the other ones that speak Portuguese and are here illegal, they should have the same treatment.
Okay.
Yes. But
Nice.
again, the Nomad visa is an excellent visa for those who work remotely, which crypto holders mostly are. They are contractors working, they are software engineers and so on, working remotely. They only want to stay for a year. Nomad visa it is. Very good visa.
Yeah. And then they get a taste of Portugal and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to live
Why
here
didn't I
forever.
apply for the
I should do the
D7.
D7.
I
So
know.
can they do that?
They can.
Okay.
Then they can.
They got to do it all over again.
Yes, but again, the D7 you also apply from the embassy. Actually,
okay.
there were some embassies that in the past we could work remotely, we could apply remotely. Now they don't accept it, like Washington, for example, the Portuguese embassy in Washington, the VFS doesn't accept remotely. It used to before.
Oh, okay. So you have to go physically to
There
an
to
embassy.
submit your originals.
Okay.
We submit everything here in Portugal through our platform, and then they have an appointment
Okay.
to submit them original because they want to see them sign. But there
I
are
see.
other embassies all over the world that we submit everything here in Portugal in our office through our platform, and then instead of them going there physically, we just send them the originals with apostille and so on. It has these quirks, but it works.
So each of these you have to apply outside of Portugal.
Yes.
In a Portuguese embassy.
But in the case of the Nomad Visa, we can always try to address the embassy because we already have a permit and try to make difference.
And that's the
There's
benefit of
always
hiring
options.
a professional.
Exactly.
There's some perks. Thank you for clarifying that and for
Thank you,
introducing this new
Heidi.
visa for people.
Yeah.
If you guys want to check out Portugal. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy
Thank you
these
for having me.
interviews with Maria as much as I do, hit the like button. Let us know in the comments. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Ciao.